we've had a wonderful set of presentations reporting on the present and what the kind of achievements have occurred on quite different kinds of campuses and quite different educational experience. Now Sikh Studies has been able to be integrated into the curriculum. But as I said, this is a focus on the present. I'd now like to surprise my panelists and ask them to just say a word about the future. And I'd like each one of them just to take a second to tell us how they would like to see Sikh Studies developing in their institution, let's say 10 years or 15 years from now. They've received no advance warning, no prompting. This comes directly from the heart. And Bashar, we're going to start with you.
Sikh Studies has a great future, and our endeavor is to integrate the field of Sikh Studies with larger field of ethnic studies, race and ethnicity, and all other disciplines. Until or unless we do that, we don't want to be perceived as a ghetto tradition, blowing its own trumpet in the discipline, but we want to take scholars in South Asian studies, in religious studies, ethnic studies, and anthropology, history, and so on, together, so that we can make our mark and have dialogue with other scholars. That's what we are doing next week. We have invited scholars from religious studies, top-notch scholars who are trying to define what it means to be a religious person and what is the meaning of religion itself, who are doing theoretical analysis of religion. Ivan Stensky is the keynote speaker, and we have also invited from Ottawa, Naomi Goldenberg, and she's trying to make the case for religions, politics, and secularity. So we are trying to understand that. And then we have also invited scholars from Islamic studies, to talk about Islamophobia and the current situation. So we are in dialogue with other scholars so that we can listen to them and we can speak our voice so that we can have a dialogue and make our mark in the field.
So you see interfaith dialogue in the future at
Yes.
UC Riverside. Nikki?
In the next 10, 15 years, I'd like to see more Sikh students at Kobe College. This year we have 4, which is quite a surprise, and it just makes such a difference. So I'd like to see more Sikh students at Kobe. 2, I would like to see my colleagues really utilizing Sikhism in their various courses. For art history, how come there's nothing on Arpana Kaur? They don't even know how sad that is. Or in film studies, nothing about the Sikhs. So those kind of deletions, or in poetry, art, literature, total absence. So I want to see this, 2. And number 3, I'd like some of my students going into more work on Sikh studies. My own, Brian Axel, I don't know if you know him, he wrote a very good book on the tortured body, and it was on Sikhism, and his chapter on Maharaja Dalip Singh and his glorious body is just superb. Talks about, his meeting with Queen Victoria and how the Kohinoor was given and handed back and so forth. So anyway, so those are my 3 aspirations: to have more, more students of mine producing work on Sikh studies, more students of Sikh heritage at Kobe College, and more of Sikhism being integrated in the humanities, social sciences at Kobe College. That's what I want. And for more liberal arts colleges.
Great. Reese?
I would like all the graduates of Riverside, Colby, Marymount, and Santa Cruz to come to graduate school at the GTU and take Sikh studies. I would
save
like,
some of them for Santa Barbara.
okay. I would, of course, like to have at least one chair in Sikh studies endowed. And if there's a second one, that could be the president of the GTU, because we are moving more and more to trying to have a robust presence in these communities. The only other thing I would say is that the network with local communities and communities in India and elsewhere, to have those grow robustly using electronic connection and whatever else we can, immersion experiences, summer internships. But to have a healthy relationship between the scholars and these communities of faith is something I'd like to see.
Great. Niranjan?
Thank you. I want to echo what everyone else has said. I think these are wonderful steps forward. Especially having more, I'm always encouraging people that I know that want to go into graduate studies within Sikh Studies, having more people that want to see this as a viable field, that it can inform so many aspects of our lives, and as there's more and more positions for teachers of Sikh Studies, it's a wonderful career if you enjoy learning and enjoy learning more about your own Sikh tradition as well. It's a great field to go into, so I would love to see more and more people within this dialogue happening. And then again, just because I think so much about how our perspectives affect our actions in our everyday lives, how Guru Nanak is always speaking to the mind and asking the mind, how do we interact in the world, and what's the basis for that? And is it our ego selves, it is our manmukh selves, or are we trying to live as gurumukhs in our everyday lives? So I really see that Sikh perspectives can filter through all disciplines within education. So there's so many ways that Sikh Studies can inform, not even only disciplines in the humanities, but in the sciences as well. We know that the Sikhs, that Guru Hargobind gave us the idea of midi-pidi, that the temporal and the spiritual go hand in hand. And so that there isn't the separation between learning Sikhi as a religion, as something that's separate than our everyday lives, that it really can be integrated into how we go about within our own work, but also within all of the various disciplines. Thank you.
Okay, well, I could say all of the above, but I want to add something new as well. In 15 years, I would love to see a Sikh Studies Alumni Association at UC Santa Cruz, which would bring together students who have gone into academia, and perhaps even more importantly, those who have not, but have used what they learned in the program to make a better world in general, and to bring that knowledge back to UC Santa Cruz and help us chart our way forward.
Great. Yes, Dr. Jain.
I think you asked a very good question to reflect upon. Where do we go from here? I want to share with you some of my own feelings. How many of you saw a movie on Gandhi which came out 30 years ago? I'm sure there are 4 people. I remember an incident in that movie. Mahatma Gandhi takes the American press reporter to his town, and on the banks of the Arabian Sea, he talks to him about the religion in India. And what he says is that he grew up in that Porbandar town, where a Maulvi will be giving a sermon in a mosque, and one page he will be reading from Quran, another page from Gita, another page from some other religion. And the people and Maulvi will not know the difference. That is what we need to bring. Second is that there are a lot of people who talk about interfaith dialogue. When we bring the study at one place of Jainism, Sikhism, and other religion, that is a practical dialogue. And we need to propose, we need to promote more and more dialogue. What has happened, I have gone to many, many interfaith dialogues in the community, and what happens when I go there, and if I am speaking about Jainism, the rest of the people's minds are closed. When they're speaking about Christianity, my mind is closed. Okay, because I only want to tell about Jainism and not hear about anything else. Okay, that happens. So when we come to the academia, those peoples are open, their minds are open. They will learn from each other tradition, the beauties, and all of that. Okay, so that's it. Third thing is that 15 years ago, we started a program which Niranjan is going this year, what we call International School for Jain Studies. And this is really something I want to make an appeal. What we have done so far, we have taken 750 people who are professors, academia, graduate students, postdocs, undergraduates. They have gone to India to spend 4 to 6 weeks during summer. That's the only time they can go. Over there, they see Jainism in practice. They see the history, the culture, they meet the sadhus, they breathe Jainism, they think about Jainism, they sleep with Jainism. I want the same program to be happening in Sikhism. That during the summer, the students and professors should be going to the Amritsar. They should be looking at entire how Sikhism is being fed. Those people, when they come back, many of them will become Sikh scholars. Okay? So we need to think about that. We have quite a lot to offer from the Jain community because we are doing that, but we don't have the monopoly. We can work it together.
Great. Thank you.
So another is, quickly, and one more minute, that we started this journey of Jain and Sikh studies at Loyola Marymount. We need support. We need support. That program should continue, should not die out. Okay? The money that is total needed is split 50-50 between Jains and Sikhs, but we get a full professor. Okay? So that program needs financial support. Jain commitment is there, my brothers and sisters. Okay? We pledge that. With the Sikh support, financial support is lacking. So my appeal over here is, come on. We open many Marioda, but whatever is going on, Loyola Marymount, we need to support so that program continues for perpetuity. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.